What's the function of architecture? To live, to work, to defend, or to inherit? As an architectural designer and urban planner in China, I've always wanted to see many different styles of architecture. Not only just capture them, but most importantly to find out what's behind them. There's 4 famous ancient towns in China: Lijiang in the south, Pingyao in the north, Zhouzhuang in the east, and Luodai in the west. When the drizzle knocks on the gates of Longchuan Mountain, the beautiful images of Luodai Ancient Town are gradually open. Over the past 300 years, this ancient town, with the largest number of guild halls in China, has gathered sadness, joy, separation, and the reunion with visitors from Guangdong, Hunan, Hubei, Jiangxi, and northern Sichuan. When I walked deeply into the town and greeted by buildings with traditional Chinese Chuan style, Hui style, Jin style, Hai style, and Ming style. Why? Why are there so many guild halls and architecture styles in this small town? All clues point to one answer: the Hakka, the ancestors of Chengdu people. This circular building is what they call Tulo. In ancient times, this building housed the Hakka people. This is where the families would create their own community. Tu represents the ground, the earth. Lo is the building, so it's literally an earth building. You can understand the Hakka people had a very deep understanding of how to connect man with nature. The first 2-story of a tulo is solid, with no windows for the purpose of defense. Windows are only open from the 3rd to the 5th stories, with varying sizes. In the olden times, if it was cold, these buildings would be in really warm spaces. These very thick walls would retain the heat. And I guess in the summer there would be very cool spaces with this central courtyard. I guess as designers, as very advanced in their knowledge and thinking, definitely a learning experience. How can we use these principles on an urban level? This courtyard is seen. The big fish begonia, daughter Chuan, she's leaving kind of the celestial space from the heaven and going down to earth. So as you can see, there are a series of doorways, and these are leading to previously what would have been known as the small residential units. Now these are being preserved and converted into this large museum. This is recording a scene. This is kind of very deeply rich culture where the youth, when they leave their parents to go and travel and emigrate to Sichuan, the scene taking place also reminds me when I left the UK and I was like my friend here. I was also having that same role of saying goodbye to my family and also becoming a Chengdu drifter. For the Hakka, they started in the central plains of China, and due to war times they began this migration, the first wave moving south to Jiangxi province and then heading further south through the second and third waves, going from the south, we're going across to West China to Sichuan province, to Chongqing and also to Chengdu. This is where we are today in Luodai. Something that I've seen across a lot of parts of Southeast Asia, the Hakka migrated in the 5th migration pattern from south to Southeast Asia. They took across with them the water element, which is connected with the ground, the land. They're wishing good fortune and blessings to the god to bring rain for the new harvest. Over thousands of years of emigration, the Hakka people have maintained one very specific tradition. That is the gourmet custom. We're going to go out and experience their cha. Right, a great part of coming to Luodai is to be able to experience and see what's going on about the Hakka culture. 你好，老师。
你好。
你做什么？
我在做客家的一个传统擂茶。
擂茶，这个茶有很多东西。我们喝茶不一样。
对，这是我们中国传统的一个客家擂茶，我们客家人保留的吃的方式，不叫喝茶，我们客家人叫吃茶。
可不可以我们喝一杯？
可以，要不我就带你亲自现擂体验一次吧。
好。
它也是我们中国汉唐时期的传统吃茶方式嘛，穿上汉服的话就更有感觉了。这个擂钵里面是有辐射状的纹路的，一直以来都有以茶款待客人这个方式嘛，一定是往怀里这个方向磨，表示欢迎客人的意思。因为呢，我本来就是一位地地道道的客家人哈。因为成都这边的客家人的话是300年前湖广填川的时候进来的嘛，但是当时的话，茶叶的饮用方式大多数都是泡来吃的。过来的目的也就是把这碗客家的传统擂茶在这边再延续下去。
Whilst on the road along the difficult migration routes, Hakka people took what they could find as ingredients for lai cha to kill hunger. This gourmet would definitely overturn your understanding of tea around the world. 朋友们，吃茶。We're designing in the city of Chengdu. We're designing for the people, but also we try to understand where the people have come from, what made them, who they are, their culture, and how can we retain this and bring into the modern uses. Future generation. Luodai town is full of the charm of ancient culture, showcased in the enticing Hakka museums, century-old Hakka dwellings, and beautiful old alleys and streets.